Hello, welcome to Q-Scooter's Big Data and HBase Essential Training. My name is Andrei Muraru and I'll be your instructor for this course. So, in this training course, we're going to talk about big data technologies and HBase, the Hadoop database as its name in other sources. And we will try to give you some examples, some guidelines, and also get our hands dirty in trying to code a little bit on Hadoop technologies and HBase database. So this is an essential training, but the prerequisites for this training is that you understand a little bit of programming, you have some Java knowledge and also some administration knowledge on Linux, and also it would be nice if you already have some information about big data general and the big data ecosystem. Even if you don't have this information, it's a very useful training, and I am going to cover some of these topics throughout the course about big data in general, about Hadoop in more detail, and about MapReduce, the programming language of Hadoop and of big data in batch mode. So let me go through a little bit into the syllabus of this training course. So in the first chapter, we will talk about a little bit about HBase, about how HBase came to life and how the first NoSQL databases came to life. And the second video, where we will talk about the canonical web search problem and how Google and other pioneers of these technologies starting using the big data technologies and particularly HBase or other NoSQL databases. In lesson 3, we'll talk a little bit about some use cases and companies that are now success stories for this kind of technologies. In lesson 4, we will start working for the first time on HBase, and we will make an installation of the solution we're going to use throughout the course, and we'll get a few quick commands in the HBase shell. In the second chapter, we will start with the basics of HBase with HBase operations and basic shell instructions. We will understand a little bit in lesson 2 about data manipulation, and we will start coding in Java. Also in lesson 3, we will talk about data coordinates, and in the last lesson of this chapter, we will put it all together in a single program on the use case that we're going to use throughout this training course, which is a simplified version of the Twitter social network. Of course, without any graphical interface, just the backbone of some basic functions in TweetBase implemented on the HBase NoSQL database. In chapter 3, we will go into more advanced features of HBase, and we will talk in the first lesson about the logical versus the physical model of data. Then in the second lesson, we will see about the scan commands. We will see how we can design and execute scans. And in the third lesson, we will talk about more optimizations in this, on caching scanner, and also on defining filters. In the fourth lesson of this chapter, we will talk about atomic operations in NoSQL databases and particularly in HBase. And in the last lesson, we will see what ACID semantics are and which ACID semantics are covered by HBase and which are not, and a little bit also about the CAP theorem. In the fourth chapter, we will talk about HBase in distributed mode and about other big data technologies Hadoop, namely, which has two components, the HDFS and the MapReduce. So in the first lesson we will go into an intro for the MapReduce and Hadoop, and in the next lesson we will see how HBase works with this system and why is it named after all the Hadoop database. Lesson 3 will put us in the position to code some examples in HBase using MapReduce functions and the Java API for MapReduce. And in the fourth lesson we'll put it all together to make a big example like we did in the previous chapter. In chapter 5 we will talk about some of the most important ways of interacting with HBase. So in the first lesson we'll go a little bit into a topic that we already covered, the HBase shell, but this time we will also see how we can make some shell scripts, not only code HBase from the command line interface. In the second lesson we will see how we can interact with HBase using the JRuby, and in the third and fourth lesson we will see how we can interact over distance with a RESTful API or with the Thrift gateway, which can be used with more than 15 programming language at the time when this video is recorded. In the last chapter, the sixth chapter, we will make a short recap of this training course, and also I will give you some recommendations on what to watch or what to read or what to do in general to learn more on these topics. So I hope the syllabus for this training course seems interesting to you. I'm very anxious to start working with you and show you the wonderful world of HBase and big data. I hope that by the end of this course you will understand very well the big data technologies that are involved, like Hadoop, like the Hortonworks distribution, which we are going to use throughout this course, and of course the main point of this training course, HBase. So I hope you'll go with me throughout the lessons of this training course on QScooter, and I thank you very much for watching this video and hope you'll join me again on this training course. Goodbye.